Good morning. Egoprogramophobia. How testing can change your life. A little bit about me. I go way back, 80s, DOS, assembler, x86. I tried the whole startup founder thing. I didn't like it. I was, and probably till the day I die, will be a developer. Incredibly enough, I like testing. Testing the code is my own code is a passion of mine, which is why I joined Applitools as a senior software architect, which is what they call developers, or old as I am, and evangelist, developer relations, or whatever for Applitools. We do visual testing, so if you're front-end DevOpsDays and want to test how your application looks like, come talk to me after the talk. I want to talk about fear. She's the mother of violence. And I have my own fear. I have no fear going up on stage and talking. That's not a problem for me. But doing the Shai Resnick thing, where crowd, the people, the audience participates, that's a huge fear of mine. So I'm going to do some audience participation. If somebody doesn't like it, this is the time to exit. But before we start, it's a talk. It's an inspirational talk about my life as a developer and how I came to understand what testing is like, and a bit of guidelines also for y'all about how to introduce testing. But because this is a participatory talk, I want to do a little exercise to help you participate. So let's do that. I want you, not yet, clap your hands according to the volume of my hand, right? This is high volume for the weird among us. Okay, so let's start by really little clapping. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Everybody. This was taught to me by my inspiration, Shai Resnick. There we go. Higher and down. Yeah. Thank you. Okay, I think we're ready. I'm going to sing, and you're going to help me. Don't worry, it's just a word or two here and there. Okay, who knows what this song is? Supertramp, the logical song. So I'm going to start singing. You see those underlined words? That's where you join in, just those. If you want more, go ahead. I mean, I'm good with everything. So I'm a really bad singer. So are you ready? When I was young, it seemed that life was so wonderful, a miracle. Oh, it was beautiful. And all the birds in the trees, well, they'd be singing so. Oh, playfully watching me. And yeah, I was really young. I just got my first PC. This is me, really. That's my PC. But actually, my first one was a Sinclair ZX-81. It had 1K, and I got my first 16K addition to my ZX-81. And I wrote these little programs and games in BASIC. I wrote Mastermind, if you know, Bul Pugia for the Israelis among us. And against the computer even. I was a genius. And I found a bug in the program. No problem, I fixed it. I found it again because, you know, these things tend to come back. I fixed it again, no problem. Add a feature, just added it. Broke something else, fixed that. No problem. Remove code? Why should I? Spaghetti, refactoring? What was that? What are you talking about? Life was beautiful at the age of 13. Okay, ready? But then they send me away to teach me how to be sensible, logical, responsible. And then they showed me a world where I could be so clinical, intellectual. Okay, I started working professionally. Mamram, for all those who know, IDF, Israeli Defense Forces. That's my first job. I'm a jobnik, so yeah, it's definitely a job. And unfortunately, things started going downhill. and we'll talk about that. Yeah, people love these. At first, everything was good. I got the specs, developed the product, ran it, found the bugs, fixed them again, till everything basically worked. But then I got the shakes. Every time I deployed to production, I got the shakes, you know? I want to hit that enter key, and something in me has fear. Why? Why did I get the shakes whenever I wanted to deploy? And the answer is egoprogramophobia. Look it up in Wikipedia. Actually, don't, because I just invented it. It's fear of one's own code. Okay, ego, programophobia. Fear of one's own code. We don't like to say it, but we do fear the code that we write. Let's talk about things we do with our own code. We like to add code, and the manager thinks that adding a feature is like Lego. You just add the code, and there we have a feature. The reality is this, usually. We all know that. Yeah, that's our code after we add code. Okay, removing code, we like to do that a lot. We think of it as surgical. We just, do that thing, and boom, everything works. The reality is this. Wait for it. Oh no! That's what happens when you add something late at night yesterday. Refactoring code, there's this nice little doggy, and they're cleaning him or her. Think of that. But the refactoring actually looks like this. You start out and you change things and everything's good, and then you change some more and you don't know where you are anymore. And it doesn't matter whether our code is a horribly written pile of spaghetti or a lovingly crafted set of loosely coupled modules, we fear changing our code. Admit it. Feel the fear. Okay? Changing code means breaking the app. So I understood that, and I talked to my boss. And he taught me how to be sensible. Well, test the app manually after every change, no problem. Logical, do code reviews. Responsible, don't do lots of changes, even if it makes sense. Do surgical things so you'll break as little as possible. And forget refactorings, please. Well, obviously, my code after a while started looking like spaghetti, which made things even worse. So they sent in QA. QA means checking the code after I write it, checking the app, because developers can't test their own code, because it's like a cat guarding the milk. Yep. Which made spaghetti even worse, because now you have these long release cycles. So what do? We manage the fear. It's called Jira. And hey, kiddo, that's what my boss said. That's how it is. That's software development in the grown-up world. Grow up. But no, I questioned. Ready? There are times when all the world, the questions run. For such a simple man, won't you please tell me what I know it sounds, please tell me who. Thank you. Who are we? Yeah, who are we? We're developers. But what does that mean? Is this it? Do we have to live with egoprogramophobia? The shakes? No. I'll introduce something called developer testing. What is developer testing? Well, it's not QA. It's writing code that tests your own code as part of writing the code itself. Part of your development is testing, not a separate task. Oh, I don't have time because my boss doesn't want me to do testing. The boss doesn't have to tell you to do testing. It's part of development. That's not your boss's concern, how much time you delegate to that. It is not QA automation engineers writing tests. This is explicitly developers owning the tests that they write. And testing, just like ridiculous, abolishes egoprogramophobia. Really. I have just a teeny tiny amounts of it, and the shakes are almost non-existent. But the path is not easy. Some philosophy? Who's read Hermann Hesse, Siddhartha? Oh, thank you. Which teacher can protect him from living his life for himself, from drinking the bitter drink for himself, from finding his path for himself? I can show you the beginning of the path to developer testing, and I can give you a map, and I will, just a sec. But it's my path, it's my map. You must find your own way to developer testing. Find your own path, not mine. 5, okay. Last one. I say, watch what you say, or they'll be calling you liberal, oh, fanatical. Thank you, Sharon. How do we test? How do we abolish egoprogramophobia? Well, I have only guidelines, a map. First of all, don't just do unit testing, please. Okay, own all of your tests, including end-to-end. Don't leave it to QA. And if you have QA, ensure that they get a working product, not something. They need to find the interesting bugs, not the regular bugs. Choose the testing school based on the likes, on how you like to test. And there are 3 main schools, and I'll touch them, like the pyramid school, the diamond school, and the hexagon. The pyramid emphasizes unit, only emphasizes, there are others, but they emphasize unit because of the speed of unit testing. The pyramid, and it emphasizes testing of a lot of things together. That's integration testing, but less of that. The diamond says, units don't give me much confidence. And integration tests today give me speed, so I'll emphasize integration. And the hexagonal emphasizes units a lot and treats integration as only checking the outer layers where you interface to your network or to your database or whatever. Which is better? It's a religion, really. I'm a pyramid guy, but hey, some of my best developers, some of my best friends. But the commonality is the need for speed. Your tests run quick. Very few end-to-end tests. If you're doing a lot of end-to-end tests, you're doing it wrong. And testing all the layers of your code, not just the outer layers. Let's continue. There are fanatics out there. Believe me, I talk to them every day. Listen to them. They have good advice, but don't listen to their fanaticism. Choose your own path. It doesn't have to be TDD, okay? It can be. Some of my best friends, but it doesn't have to be. Don't write too many tests. Don't go for 100% coverage. It's a myth, okay? Too many tests are a problem. Write enough tests to abolish egoprogramophobia, not more. As little as possible, and have them grow with time. Don't try to do it all at once. Let the production show you where to add the tests. Let's your users. I know it's horrible, but it's true. Tests take too long, paralyze them, break them up, break your modules. Do modular programming, and tests will take less time. CI is less important than you think. I'll skip that because I don't have the time, but really. Check your code manually as little as possible. I don't ever check my code manually. Run the product. The only way I write code is write code and then write the tests and then deploy to production. I never run it manually and just do a little check. Never. And no big project, if you're starting out, don't say, yeah, I'm going to take 3 months and write all the tests and all that. No, start small. Let it grow with time. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. You want to be in a year or 2 years ago, look back and say, oh my God, I don't have egoprogramophobia anymore, but it takes time. It takes a year. And learning testing will take years also. It's okay, it's a long path. Start on that path tomorrow. Last one. This is a bit different. This is from Dune, from Frank Herbert. I want you all to rise because this is the litany of egoprogramophobia. So everybody rise. I know. It's just everybody. There we go. Come on, everybody. I want you to recite with me the litany of egoprogramophobia. It's a bit changed. Okay. Are we ready? I must not Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death that brings total obliteration. I will test my code. I will permit it to pass over and through me. And when it has gone past, I will turn the inner eye, come on, to see its path. Where the fear has gone, oh, there will be nothing. Only my tests will remain. Go home, start writing tests, abolish the fear of your code, abolish egoprogramophobia. Thank you very much.